It shouldn't be too hard. I mean, honestly, like we've faced this and gone through these periods before. We know we got to stretch the floor, create more depth and transition, get those guys to the bottom of the floor for a variety of reasons. So, it should be a pretty easy adjustment. You just got to put the effort in.
We'll go to Jim Conlon.
Hi, Chris. Chris, I'm just looking at an interesting stat from last night's game. And when you look at the bench, the productivity from the bench, ye outscored OKC by a whopping 37 points off the bench. Your bench scored 64 to their 27. But I suppose the key difference then is two players in their starting five scored 74 points, while your five starters scored 62. What would you take away from that maybe in terms of, is it maybe those two players more man to man, sort of doubling up, setting traps, or in terms of minimize their efficiency?
Well, I mean, what I take away from that, it was good to see our bench, who's been a strength of ours all season, come in with a big game. No doubt about it. We needed a bit more production from all five starters. And when we have production up and down the roster, like most teams, we're going to be a lot better. They did a good job of getting their three guys to have a good big game for them. And we need to get a little bit more out of our first unit.
We'll go to Christos Saltis.
Hey, coach, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Great. I would like to ask you, speaking about the game you are heading into, probably the most important game of the season, the game five against the Thunder. In the previous game, Anthony took 13 shots. How pivotal is to be more aggressive on the offensive end, take more shots, making more shots, and what you need to do brought more aggressive and on the floor.
Well, first of all, I thought in as the game wore on last night, I thought Ant was aggressive. I thought he got downhill, he got to the paint, he created a lot of good shots for his teammates. I think there's some things that maybe we he can have in transition that we didn't necessarily find for him last night. Getting moving him off ball, some more off ball stuff, things that we've done earlier in the series that last night we didn't really get to. And I think they do a good job of jamming him up the floor. So it's on him to be able to kind of get to the bottom of the floor a little bit quicker, like we talked about with Jace's question, so we can free him up.
And one follow-up about Jaden. How satisfied you are about the aggressiveness on both ends, and especially the way that he tried to guard SGA on all series long?
Yeah, I mean, very pleased with Jaden's overall playoff performance, not just in this series. He's putting together a complete game offensively and defensively. He's been, quietly our most consistent player.
We'll go over to Dave Campbell.
Hey, Chris, it's obviously been a really physical series, but did you notice any even additional level of physicality in the game last night? And did that at all, you think, affect the outcome?
Um, well, we've seen this level of physicality before, not only from OKC, but throughout the playoffs. We have that in us. I think we could have been a little bit more physical ourselves. Um, I think off ball they were uh, super handsy. I saw a lot of off ball contact. Their off ball defense was largely focused on Ant, trying to jam him up and keep him from being able to get the ball in clean space. Um, I find it also a little interesting that throughout the entire series I can't remember an off-ball foul that's been called after four games, which is kind of unique. So that's just speaks volumes of the credit to their off-ball defense. So
Back to Jace.
Hey, Chris, those couple Caruso layups last night in the fourth quarter. Looking at it, it's like his guy is helping in the paint, and then he's sneaking in back. Is that the thing where the other guy, the other help defender, is kind of in a one-on-two situation there? But is that person's job to be responsible, or is it the guy who is actually in the paint, knowing where his own man is while also looking at the ball?
I mean, generally that's the help defender who's got to guard two for a moment, but ultimately is responsible for the play at the rim.